can literally turn $100 into $5,000, guys. And I know that sounds crazy, but I promise you, by the end of this video, I'm going to make sure that you understand how this is even possible in the first place, and honestly how you can just take the insights I'm about to give to you guys and just copy it for yourself. So for the people that do believe me and want to go through this whole video, let me explain how this is even possible. I run something which I like to call cold traffic funnels. Let me just briefly explain what this actually means. There's always going to be more people that don't know you than people that do know you. So the skill that has paid me thousands of dollars and has kept me afloat for the last 2.5 years, running this online business, is by being able to convert people who are complete strangers, putting them through something which I like to call a cold traffic funnel. And honestly, if you do it right, it just spits out cash at the end of it. And guys, I'm not going to gatekeep. The information I'm literally going to give to you guys is what clients have paid me 17,000 USD for. This is a wire I just got like a couple days ago. And when you run cold traffic funnels correctly, they can produce results like this. This is now a client I used to work with. We spent honestly just like 50 pounds. I think 50 pounds is about like 65 USD or something like that. And we made back 7.5K in pounds. And I think that's about, like 9.6-ish, somewhere around there, maybe 10K. Now he cruises at 100K a month, from his YouTube channel and etc. etc. His video testimonial is on my Lander, and literally all we had to do was just run a simple cold traffic funnel, and this cash just got spitted out. Okay, this is another one. You might think to yourself, okay, cool, maybe you just got lucky. Did the same thing for Hassan. This is a new one that I haven't actually made a video for. I'm gonna actually do another breakdown just specifically for that. You spent 14K in a single month and we made 103K back. And I've made a bunch of videos explaining how this stuff works. You can go check them out, but that's not still the case of this video. I'm just going to explain how this is even possible in the first place. And then for another client, we spent just about $80. So you guys can just see over here, $80 on the ads that we spent, and then we brought back like 4.2K. It's actually crazy. It's like a 52x ROI. And obviously I've been working with him for a while. Don't work with him right now, but the stuff works. I'm going to explain to you how these things is even possible in the first place and how you can honestly just copy it for yourself. So how do they work? The first thing that you need to understand, a cold traffic funnel, honestly, all it is just a funnel to convert someone that, has a problem, and you're basically showing them your solution, and you're basically putting them through some sort of system that can show them that you can help them solve the solution the best. And in exchange for that, problem that you're going to solve for them, they will pay you money. So there's a couple levels that you need to understand when it comes to like cold traffic. Okay. So with cold traffic, the best thing that you want to do is you always want to supply existing demand. You don't want to create new solutions. You don't want to invent new stuff. You just want to supply existing demand. So for example, if someone is looking for plumbers, there's always going to be people that are looking for plumbers. You want to work with people that already have existing problems, people that need problems with their heating, maybe people that have problems with their relationships, people that have problems with their money, people that have problems with making more money, etc. etc. There's always going to be problems, and problems are always going to need solutions. So the first thing they need to understand is you are only supplying existing demand. You are not creating demand. And there's a couple levels of, running cold traffic funnels that you need to understand that have different levels of profitability. So let me give you an example. The first thing that you need to understand is you can supply existing demand with basic solutions. So let's say, for example, I'm teaching someone how to make money with Amazon FBA. I can basically go out there, make a basic as Amazon FBA course and tell people how to make 10K a month with Amazon FBA. I'm solving the problem of money. So, money problem is already a big problem. That's something that people want to pay you money for, because if they want to make more money, they need to learn skills. If you have skills, you can teach those skills in exchange for money. So that money problem is not going anywhere anytime soon. So that's the first level of that. You're just solving basic problems with you're solving big problems with basic solutions. Okay. Now the second level of this is you're supplying existing demand with solutions that are better than the competition. So let's say, for example, with the Amazon FBA example, I have a bunch of competition. They're telling people they can make 10K a month, selling Amazon FBA services. But what if I come out and say, hey, I can actually make you 50K a month in profit selling Amazon FBA? And I have way more case studies. I have way more results. I've been doing it for a longer time. So what happens is I perceive that solution to be better. As a result, I'm more drawn towards it. So like I said, you're still solving the problem of not having money, but your solution is just better than the competition. That's like the second level of, making a lot of money with cold traffic. The third level, this is where it starts to get a little bit wacky. This is where you start getting like 20x, 10x, 30x return on ad spend. I'm talking like you put back like $100 in, you can get back like $5,000 out. This is what we're really going to focus on in this video. So I promise you, watch all this all the way to the end, because you're going to understand how to actually do this. The third step is supplying existing demand with a solution that is perceived to be unique and ahead of the competition. So a new solution. I really want to put emphasis on that, a new solution. So let's say, for example, I teach people how to get into Amazon FBA. Let's say I'm saying you can make 50K a month, for example. But now let's say a lot of my competition have caught up, and now everyone is saying you can make 50K a month with Amazon FBA. So now the only way that you can actually stand out and make a lot of money is if you come up with a new solution that is perceived to be unique or better than the competition. Like I said, very big emphasis on the word perceived. It doesn't actually have to be better. It just has to be perceived to be better. If people think it's better and they think it's new and shiny, you just end up taking up the market share because you start, playing on people's beliefs that new is better. So that's the third level, and this is where it starts to get wacky. And then the fourth level, it's just absolutely ridiculous. This is where you start getting like results like I showed you over here with Nero, results where I showed you over here with Amal, etc., where all you have to do is you need to supply existing demand to an underserved market with a loose solution that is perceived to be unique and ahead of the competition. I know that sounds a lot of words. Let me explain what this is in English. Someone has a problem, and let's say a bunch of people have the exact same problem, but they feel like there isn't actually a good solution for that problem in the market. Let's say, for example, women are trying to get into, let's say, high ticket sales. And let's say all the guys that are teaching them high ticket sales are all guys. They're all telling them, be a sales bro, be aggressive on your calls, etc., and they feel like that's not going to work with them. If, let's say, a woman can come out and basically say, hey, I'm going to teach you how you can get into high ticket sales, they're going to be more drawn to them. You're going to be solving their problem, and you're basically going to be in a blue ocean. Right now, it's not really a blue ocean, but just to give you an example, if you did that offer a year and a half ago, you would have basically had like no competition. And those are the offers where when you spend honestly just like 100, 200, 500 bucks on the ads, you can bring back astronomical results. And I'm going to explain how this stuff actually works in this video. So like I said, watch this all the way to the end. It's going to be really enticing. It's probably going to be one of my most valuable video made till date. So let me give an example. So Amazon FBA business. You could go out there and say 10K a month, 90 days, Amazon FBA. You're going to compete with every single person and their mom. Everyone's teaching you how to do this. Okay. Similar to those agency ads where they're like, hey, if you're an agency owner, I'll guarantee you 10 new clients. Like that stuff doesn't work because we're completely numb to that. It's a problem that we have, but because we think the solution is saturated and there's a bunch of people doing the exact same solution, we don't think it works. So that's the reason why it doesn't work, because all these programs, they do work, but we feel like they're not going to help us because we've seen them before. We've seen them and it just doesn't make us feel great because we're like, oh, it's just not going to work for us. It doesn't really make that much sense. That's the first thing. So you're going to make literally like no money, and you're going to have extremely high expensive acquisition costs if you're running cold traffic to this, because every single person has the exact same offer. So if you want to make the ad work on cold traffic and just make a lot of money, you need to either do a couple things. You need to have a better solution that's just better than all your competition, all your enemies, all your ops. You have to have just a better solution, more case studies, more results, more testimonials, more content, better guarantees, etc., just going up a level in the market. Or you either need to have a new solution that is perceived to be better than the market. So like I said, something that just seems shiny. Maybe you tell people that, hey, I have a different method that doesn't allow you to, invest in inventory before you actually make some profits, or have a different method that allows you to find products that have at least a minimum of a 10x like return on investment, etc. You want to have these new solutions because what's going to happen is people are going to start thinking, oh, this is probably going to be better, even though it might not actually be better as well. And then the third is by having a new solution to a completely new market that hasn't really been served, but they're in extreme need for a solution. So let's say, for example, I said I'm just going to focus on women, for example, teaching women how they can make specifically 10K a month for Amazon FBA, only women, no one else. Not necessarily saying that obviously, women on, smart for these types of things. I'm just basically saying that if, let's say, a woman comes in and says, hey, I'm only focusing on these people, the women that have the exact same problem of, trying to make more money, they see her stuff, they're going to resonate with her more, even if she doesn't have as much case studies, as much testimonials, as much results as maybe the top guys do. They're just going to feel like her solution is going to work better for them because they feel more like connected. There's more of a resonance with them. And that's the reason why I tell you that third part is where stuff starts to get crazy. This is where you start to get like ridiculous returns on ad spends if you actually run your cold traffic funnels properly. Okay, so let me give you an example. This is one that is not with a woman example. This is one that I did for one of my clients back in the day. Basically, he had an offer teaching Muslims how to start agencies. Every single person and their mother is literally teaching you how to start an agency. Like there's probably like 100 other guys that do the exact same thing, but there was no one teaching Muslims specifically. So if I go back to this example that I said over here, you want to basically be supplying demand to an underserved market with a new solution that is perceived to be unique. And I say new in quotations because it doesn't even have to be new. It just has to seem different. So when he said, hey, I'm going to teach you how to start a 10K a month halal business, no one back then was teaching people how to start a 10K a month halal business. And obviously Muslims, they resonated with that. They made them feel like this person understands me, this person gets my thing. And then obviously when they've seen all the things that he's been able to do, they're just basically going to like go to him. And this is when you start getting ridiculous results. That's when you start spending like $80 and bringing about thousands of dollars by going into these underserved markets. But obviously I know you guys might not be in offers, or you guys might not be working for offers where maybe you have such a crazy edge where it's like a completely different niche. But I want you guys to think about this, because if you can crack that, if you can crack a specific type of archetype or a specific type of person that you can resonate with the most, you will basically have no competition, and you're going to be in that bracket where your ad cost and basically your returns on ad spends just starts to get ridiculous. If you're not in that situation, the next best thing to do is to just come up with a new solution, or basically have a unique mechanism that allows you to stand out. Because like I said, cold traffic gets competitive. There's a lot of people that want to advertise, but there's not a lot of people that actually know how to do it completely well. Speaking of that, I actually have a free newsletter, guys, that I break down exactly how I run cold traffic ads for all my clients. We've probably done over like 5 mil consecutively with all the people that I've coached and all the clients that I've worked with in the past 2.5 years of me doing this. So if you want to get free insights, it's literally just your email that I'm going to need. Down below, you can just subscribe to it. Just jump in. It's pretty much free. You can do whatever you want to do from there. So let me give you another example. Neurologish, $50, 50 pounds, 7.5K back. This is about like $65. I think it's about like, what is it called? 9.6K back, somewhere around there. Now he cruises at 100K a month. His video is on my Instagram. So if you guys don't follow me over there on Instagram, just if I can show you over here. You guys can just check it out. Like, it's actually a pretty nice testimony, to be honest. Like, it's one of my favorites. But yeah, you guys can just give me a follow on Instagram if you want to check my stuff out, like my results and everything over there. So you guys can just go through that. Anyways, going back to this was the offer. So I can see this is the proof. Let me explain what the offer. So his offer itself was fundamentally mindset coaching. Okay, that's an existing problem that people have. People have messed up minds that are keeping them holding back. People have limiting beliefs, etc., etc. So when you're a mindset coach, there's 1,000 other mindset coaches that are out there. And if you market like a mindset coach, you're going to make no money. That's literally just how it is. Because there's lots of people that are solving the exact same problem, so you're going to make no money. So this is where you have to flip it and do something completely different. So instead of going there and basically saying, hey, I'm a mindset coach, I'm going to basically, change your mind so you can make more money, you have to frame it completely differently. This is one of my best performing ads. And I'm going to make another video, guys, going over like the actual ads and the actual funnels and the actual understanding of what we're doing to basically make the money. But let me just give you an example of what this did over here. Existing problem, more money, more freedom. That's what everyone wants. That's the existing problem we're trying to solve. There's a bunch of solutions to this problem. So we dived into mindset coaching because that's obviously what he's good at. That's what he spent thousands of hours learning and honing his craft on. So we went through that, and then now that you're a mindset coach, you're now competing with other people that are also offering the exact same thing, trying to solve the exact same problem. I hope this is making sense, guys. People have solutions to existing problems, and these existing problems, they don't change. These problems are always going to be there. So that's why cold traffic, you're always going to be making money with cold traffic if you know what you're doing. It's never going away. And now there's different ways to solve these problems. So the mechanism that we used for Nero was mindset coaching. But obviously we can't go and say we're a mindset coach because we're going to make no money. We're going to be poor. So what we did is we basically went further down and said it's reality creation. We basically have a simple framework that you can double your business with no changes. And we basically created an identity and associated the solution with this identity. So what this actually means, in like layman's terms, is I could say, hey, if you want to become, successful, if you want to become, jacked, if you want to, have a body that you can look in the mirror and be proud of, you need to become a jacked entrepreneur. I can say jacked entrepreneur and basically attach all the things that people want, all the desires, and attach it on the identity and then call that. And now that sounds as a new mechanism. Everyone's like, what's a jacked entrepreneur? What's this? What's that? So that's how you just create a bunch of new stuff. And when you do this, you honestly create your own lane. You create your own mode. So that's why a bunch of people have a bunch of different mechanisms. They say stuff like, accelerator, blah, 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 blah. They have a bunch of different stuff. So we basically created, the results that people want and called it the Awakened Entrepreneur. And all this does, guys, the only reason we do this is because we are basically trying to pique curiosity. Curiosity drives action. Action leads to clicks. Clicks leads to views. Views leads to calls. calls leads to sales. You guys get the point, okay? And obviously, since we did it this way, we had like zero competition. So the conversion rates were disgustingly profitable. People were just hopping on the call saying, yo, I resonate with this. How does it work? How can I pay? And that's exactly what you want when you're running cold traffic funnels. You don't want to be dealing with people saying, I checked out 5 of your other competitors. They're offering the exact same thing. I'll let you know when I get back to you. You want to find ways to make yourself different, differentiate yourself. And honestly, you don't have to be the best in order to do that. You don't have to have the best case studies. You don't have to have, tons of client results. You don't have to have the best guarantee, because if you keep doing that, all you're going to do is just keep attracting the leads. They're just trying to window shop and obviously get the most value out of you. But in reality, you're going to be basically making like no money. So that's why I tell people, focus on spending a lot of your time trying to have that unique edge, because it will save you time in the long run and allow you to obviously do decently well. If you're already in a position where you have a big brand, you have a lot of followers, and you already have that unique edge, good for you. Run cold traffic ads. It's going to make you a shit ton of money. So let me go down into how we actually run the ads itself. Okay, so the first thing you guys need to focus on is there's 3 steps. There's attention generation, there's the demonstration step, and then there's a conversion step. So I'm going to explain what this means. The attention generation step, honestly, what you're trying to do here is you're just trying to pique curiosity. You're just trying to get people to be like, what the heck does this actually mean? How does this actually help? When you're running cold traffic ads, you can afford to be a little bit more direct and straightforward with your ads. You don't have to say stuff like, check out my free lead magnet, check out this. You don't have to say that type of stuff. You can be direct as possible. This is my offer, this is how I can help you, etc., etc. You can do that. You can even do that with B2C, B2C, B2B. It doesn't matter, because with cold traffic ads, you can control exactly who you want to see your ads. So if you have a really good offer and you have something that resonates with them, people are going to see the right thing and they're going to take action from that. So I just like to be direct. I'll make another video going over like my winning ads that honestly generated my clients over like millions and millions of dollars. So you guys are going to see that a little bit later, but let me just get into the rest of it. So second thing I want you guys to understand is you need something which I like to call a demonstration mechanism. So what a demonstration mechanism is where you're basically showing people, hey, you have this problem. I'm going to show you how I can help you solve this problem. This is why I'm qualified. This is how you can do it extremely fast. And this is how you can pretty much get started right away. So you're basically trying to showcase your expertise, demonstrate that you actually know what you're doing, because with cold traffic ads, they just need to understand how it works, how you can help them, and if it's even worth their time in the first place. And if you can answer all those questions for them, you're pretty much going to get them to the next step. You don't need to do all the stuff when it comes to like crazy nurturing process. You don't need to go make them go through a whole like 10-hour, 24-hour course or something like that. They just need to get that key bit of information. Can you help me with my problem? And are you qualified to do so? If they feel like they can, they're going to pay you money, even if they don't know exactly what you're doing. So all these people that are telling you to like, go push people through 5,000 hours worth of nurturing content, or make them go through tens of hours of loops, they can honestly go through one single video. The funnel that made one of my clients over, I think this is going to be another video, which is Hassan. It's probably made him over like, I think like maybe 700k, 800k just from one ad and one VSL. Literally the funnel was one ad and one video. That's literally all you need. If you can just change people's beliefs by doing it correctly, and that's why I said with cold traffic ads, you just have to do everything correctly, because everything needs to line up. You can't have one thing messing up and have the other thing not messing up. You can literally make thousands and thousands of dollars. You don't have to do all these complicated email sequences, nurture funnels, clicks here, clicks there. Don't overcomplicate it. Make it extremely simple and it's going to work. Okay. So here, you're basically going to design an asset that's going to be designed to demonstrate they can convert someone from where they are right now to where they want to be, and you're the right person to get them there. And then obviously, if people are convinced about that, they are going to schedule a consultation with you. If you're selling high ticket services, which I would assume you guys are selling high ticket services, if you're watching this, or you're helping people sell those high ticket services and getting a percentage, whatever, all you have to do, get them through the nurture process, send them the education assets before the call so you can objection handle them so they know that you can actually help them, get them to show up to that call. And then obviously, if you do your stuff well, you get them right, they're going to close. Obviously, there's a bunch of shit that goes into this cold traffic funnels. There's a bunch of stuff like your offers, the creatives, the things people see, the ad strategy so that you don't blow your money, the back-end strategy, the VSL, the sales management, all the stuff that goes into making a cold traffic funnel work. Everything has to be in sync. And I just can't be asked to put that in one video. Like, guys, like that's just literally going to take all my energy. But if you want to learn how you can actually do this for yourself and just learn how it works, honestly, just join the email list. I spread a bunch of value on how it could work for yourself and how you can literally just copy it for yourself. It's completely free. You can join it out. There's pretty much no sell. There's no call to book, or there's no call to pitch here, honestly. But if you like the content I just shared, give this a like, subscribe, and then I guess follow me on IG and join the waitlist. It's not the waitlist, the email list. It's completely free. Check it out. Hope I gave you a bunch of sauce in this video, and yeah, speak very soon. Peace.